In this session, I am going to explain the function of tasks in work orders. Under the work order tab, you'll find tasks. Tasks are the detailed instructions that are required to complete a job. In other words, if I've got a quarterly or a semi-annual or an annual maintenance on a piece of equipment, or if it's a daily inspection, the tasks are the steps that it will take to create and execute the job properly. These tasks should be detailed enough that if I've never done this job before, but I'm a qualified technician, I can follow the steps, including safety steps, and do what I need to do. There are several ways to create a task. The most important thing when you're creating a new task is come up with and it says task number, but in Proteus, task number is alphanumeric and there's no limit to the length of the field, okay? When you create a task number, a good way to do it is to include the frequency of the task. So you can do that somewhere, and again, do this consistently when you're doing all of your tasks. You can do it at the beginning or you can do it at the end. It doesn't make any difference. It just allows you, when you're searching for tasks, to find all your weekly, all your monthly, all your quarterlies, things like that. The other thing you want to do is identify the type of equipment that it gets associated with. A good way to do this might be by model number, or it might be by the name of the equipment. So for example, if I'm going to do an annual chiller task, I might do something like this. The other option would be to do, and you could do the brand of the chiller if you've got different brands of chillers too, okay? So let's say I've got a Daikin. Okay, so now I've got the brand or the model. Um, I might have different models of Daikin, so I could do Daikin underscore or dash, either one works. 1652, I know that's not a valid model number, whoops. Uh, Annual chiller maintenance, okay? If I've got a different model number, I can put that in as well. Let's say it's 1947. And now I know what the task is for. It's for chillers, okay? It's for the Daikin model, and it's for the brand, and it's for this model, okay? So you can do something like that that's very model specific, or you may have a generic chiller task, okay? In which case you could leave it simply annual chiller maintenance, okay? Now, where do we get the steps to put into the task? First of all, we need to add a labor craft. So in this case, we'd add HVAC, and we were going to put some estimated time. Well, this is an annual one, so it might be, 2 hours. So 2.0. If you don't know what the task takes in terms of time, put something in. It's required. It can be a half hour or 0.025 or something like that. But you need some time in there. Over time, you'll see the actual versus the estimate, and you can make adjustments. This will help the maintenance planner determine how much time should be allowed and who can do it and so forth. So now where do we put the tasks, okay? Well, let's say that I've got a manual, okay? Let me see if I can pull something up here. Okay, in this case, I've got some pre-programmed tasks, but let me let me go out to the web here and find something. Okay, so I can go out to the internet and find a manual, okay, and here's a chiller operation maintenance manual, okay, and it's got instructions and so forth. And let's say that I find the paragraph or the information. Now this could be a PDF too, and you might want to convert your PDF to Word documents so that you can do what I'm doing here. But as I read through the manual and flip through it, I might find, okay, prior to use, these might be the maintenance instructions, okay, where I can find them. But let's say I find the maintenance instructions, okay, and it includes things like machinery is dangerous, okay. So I can cut and paste this into Proteus. I can do a Control-C to copy, and then I can go into Proteus, into my task, and paste this, Control-V, okay. So now I've got directly from the manual the instructions, and again, I can follow whatever instructions I need here, okay, copy them, Control-C, copies. I go into Proteus and I can do a return and do a Control-V, okay, and I can put my returns in here so that it reads nice and easy. And I can do this for the entire instructions so that my technician has the exact instructions from the manuals as the manufacturer has suggested. Okay, I might have some additional information, or I might be in a position to know that I need to add additional information into this task, so I can do that. And now, again, I might have 15 or 20 steps here for this particular task from the manual, but as I put it together, this is what I want my technician to do. I've now created the task, and once I save this task, it's going to be usable for any chiller that this is applicable to. Proteus, we have tasks that we can provide to you. They're generic. They include estimated times and everything, and for different types of equipment. And that's, again, if you don't have manuals, it's a starting point. The tasks that we have are pre-formatted so that each line comes out nice and clean. You don't have to worry about lines. And so when the technician reads it, it's a step-by-step type of application that they're going through. The control characters, the caret/P and so forth goes away as it's loaded into the system. And so if you have an emergency generator, we've got the weekly, monthly, annually, and again, we'll supply these to you, and they're part of the initial load in the template that you can select and add into Proteus. But manually adding a task like I showed you from a manual, very simple. Of course, another way to do this is to simply put a attachment on a work order master, and I'll cover that in a different video.